the Lakers, and he's getting to know his new teammates. Take a listen.
You guys love my t-shirt. It's Tuesday somewhere, so you know what that means? It's Taco Tuesday! Dior, what is it today? Bryce, what is it? Savannah, what is it? It's Taco Tuesday. Why you so cold? We got new people here for Taco. What is it? Taco Tuesday. You think you're out of it, Ronnie? What is it? Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
He is leaning into this dad humor.
Oh, I'm telling man, that hurt me yesterday because I was moving to the suburbs. I couldn't do my Taco Tuesday. I had to go to Chipotle, bro.
Oh.
They ran out of chips, everything. I was upset with the people. The guy was making my bowl last night, talking about, man, you got that spicy mouth. I said, listen, you need to be concerned about what I'm trying to order.
What'd you get? Let me hear.
Come on, man. A bowl, little rice, give me some lettuce, double chicken.
Double chicken.
Okay, yeah.
Veteran
sauce. Give me some sauce on the side. Everything should, had to get the guacamole, man.
Can I give you one suggestion?
I was going to be forced on me, yes.
You can go double chicken, and you got to pay double, and I know you're a man of mincemeats, but still, if you tell them half chicken, half steak, you end up getting almost the double portion for the price of just one.
I know, but it's only 50 days, though. I'm trying to cut. I don't want the beef in me. The chicken's make me a little...
What about a little pork? What about a little chicken carnitas?
Why not tofu,
pork
guys?
Pork is even harder on your body than beef.
Tofu,
what about the barbacoa?
What about no
Jenna,
more
just
suggestions?
steam the kale.
Jenna,
what about
we're talking about the greatest chain restaurant in American history.
I know.
And you're bringing up kale and tofu.
Steamed kale and tofu.
Even after that shout out, they don't be giving no free food.
I know. I've been doing this for 10 years.
That is a heck of a shot.
Unbelievable.
Chris Broussard.
He's always giving the best. He's good at best time. Hey, man, you my best guest today. Hey, man, that's the best food chain.
No,
LeBron is still the best after what Kawhi did last year.
All right, let's talk some Kevin Durant.
That dude just give up. He give up them the best thing like a kiss. Like
When the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving to play along, excuse me.
Well, I know 3 of them in jail.
Acquired Kyrie Irving. We should just, I don't even know what the question is. When the Nets got Kyrie to play alongside KD this offseason, little details getting in the way, and that is when would KD actually see the court? The 2-time Finals MVP is recovering from an Achilles tear, could sideline him for the entire season. And Nets GM Sean Marks is okay with that, saying, quote, we're certainly not going to rush him back. It's going to be a Kevin Durant decision. So, Broussard, what'd you have for lunch? And also, what's your reaction to all of this?
Yesterday, I had a burger and fries.
Good for you.
Nice setting. Food was okay, but nice setting. But anyway, look, he said the right things. I mean, obviously, you signed him for 4 years. You don't want to put year 2 and maybe even beyond in jeopardy by rushing him back. So, obviously, that's the right thing to do. Now, I've heard you talk about how you think he could be back next season. There are some people I've talked to in the league who feel the same way, like he could be back next season. They've got a tremendous medical staff. We know it's the doctor who operated on him.
Yes.
So he fully trusts them. If they say he can come back, they will be hard to deal with, even if he gets back late in the season or even in the playoffs. Because when you're 7 feet and can shoot, like Kevin Durant's
he can
game,
ease himself into
yes, it's not like bringing in a ball.
This is not Dominic Wilkins either.
Right. I mean, you know, bringing in.
This is not
LeBron.
Kobe.
No,
not
a LeBron, a Kobe, a Dwayne Wade, a Kyrie, a guy that's ball dominant is harder to fit in. Whereas Kevin Durant, a shooter, 7 feet, can shoot out to 3 anywhere on the court. He will be able to fit in smoothly, and they could be tough if he gets back next season.
And his style, which I do believe, because a lot of my predictions are based on modern-day medicine, what the technology is, and it happens a lot at the beginning, not at the end. Well, what's different now with the Achilles? They don't immobilize it. They don't put you in a cast. They get you up and get you rehabbing so you don't have all that atrophy. You don't lose all that muscle mass. Now, Kevin Durant, you saw his calf. He ain't got no muscle mass to be able to lose there, but the type of shape that he was in when he got hurt, it shall lead to him having a speedy recovery. Now, as far as rush, when you're training an elite athlete, He's pushing it every day. And I believe it's important for your psyche. That's what makes today's rehab on this Wednesday more important than it would be if you don't put a goal. Because if I don't put a goal, what difference does it make how much pain I'm in today? What difference does it make? So I just believe with the training staff, and I thought you brought up one of the critical points because I looked up their training staff, not only the doctor, but they have the most unique training staff, I would say, in all of sports. They have guys that have combat training, they have guys that have rugby training, and they brought all these minds together to figure out what's best to train the type of athletes that we're going to have. So top to bottom, man, the Nets organization, what they present a great opportunity for Kevin Durant to prove to the world that not only was I one of the best basketball players, but I still am in his comeback next season.
So a couple points. One is, to your point, Kevin Durant could average 20 a game without ever jumping more than 4 inches off the ground. Like, he wouldn't be the guy that we saw running roughshod over the Clippers after he said to the world, I'm Kevin Durant, but he would still be an all-star level player without needing almost any athleticism on the offensive end because his ability to shoot and how tall he is and how long his arms are.
There's no system that he doesn't fit into.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
And even if it's just spot up, let Kyrie run the show, go spot up. He is, I mean, can he be a super rich man's Ryan Anderson from when that, you know what I mean? Like, of course he could be.
Yes.
So we know when he comes back, even if he's not his old self yet, he is a huge addition. It's not going to be like, man, Gordon Hayward, he's out there and he's hurting us. That's not the situation. And to your point, Chris, I totally expect KD to say, how long Kobe take? 240 days? 239 is my goal. I'm going to try to, because KD's talked about how he's looked up to Kobe. Kobe's one of his favorite guys. Kobe's 240 days is about the quickest recovery we've seen.
One of his buddies from high school.
Yep.
Rudy Gay.
Yeah, and Rudy Gay's recovery was 273 days, about a month longer than Kobe. So 240 days would put him back the first week of February. And then the Nets are really in business. Then you got a couple months to figure things out together, get him into shape, and then go into the postseason.
And Rudy Gay was with one of the most conservative training staffs in San Antonio. They went on record to say Rudy Gay was at least available a month before he played in a game.
And so with all that said, I agree he should have that target, because if you don't have the target of next season, it's the difference between trying to be back in 8 months after the injury and be back 15 months after the injury. Because if you're not going to, because of when the injury happened, we'd be talking, instead of February of 2020, essentially November of 2020. It's an enormous difference. And the pushing yourself each morning. If you think, man, every single day, it's the difference in that. So I get it. But I also agree with Sean Marks 100%, which is they will treat him as the priceless asset that he is and not rush him. He might try to rush himself. It will be the Nets' job to pull back on the reins rather than what Golden State did, which I think was kind of, you ready? We good? Like, they're going to go the opposite, because they look at, they hope KD's there not just the next 3 years, the next 7 years. And so they will bake that into when they allow him to go play.
I brought this up earlier and you argued it, and you made a good point, but I wondered if Kevin Durant would be a little gun shy to get himself back out on the court after rushing himself. A lot of people would say rushing himself back on the court last year. Different injury, different circumstances, and then he got hurt again. I wonder if, and then CC was just saying that as a professional athlete, your goal is to rush yourself back as quickly as possible. Do you see any part of him that would be concerned? He's got more time now. He signed a longer-term deal. He is a Net for a while. Would even want to come back next year?
Well, I think, one, he's got the full trust in this training staff. So if they say he's ready, I think he'll be ready. If you were right, Nick, and he gets back, early February, they would probably wait until after the All-Star break.
Yep.
You know, so then it's late February. That gives you a few more weeks. You know this, Chris, whenever he comes back, even if he waits till the following season, there's going to be doubt. That's just something an athlete has to fight through.
First time you see him live bullets.
Yeah, no, when you have an injury, you have to fight through that no matter what the situation. So that'll be there. But if he can come back late February, There's going to be rust. As great as he is, there will be rust. That's what he'll work through. If he could be ready, Kevin Durant by the playoffs, oh my.
But no matter when he comes back, Jenna, they will go through the full process, which they did in Golden State.
They did
this
not
practice, that practice, this game, you're in time management. Like Golden State, he didn't go through a full practice and then no minutes restrictions.
Right.
It was ridiculous.
No, the day after, see how he looks. No, there was none of that.
All right, Chris, thanks so much for hanging today. Appreciate it. Coming up, will the Lakers-Clippers rivalry produce the next NBA champion? That's next on First Things First.